Welcome to PlayPianoToday.com. This is section number 1 of 2, taken from Ear Training 101, version 4. Today we're going to be studying Ear Training 101, which is a program that helps you to develop the skill of learning to hear melodies, which are notes one right after the other, or chords, which are notes that are played at the same time. It helps you to take those things that you hear in your head and have them come out your fingers on the piano or the keyboard. So you've got to do that if you really want to become someone who can improvise and play on the fly. The other thing you can look at here is the Rhythmic Patterns video. This is a quick overview, author's introduction, that's me, to pattern, piano, and keyboard. This is the course that teaches you to play any song on the piano or the keyboard by ear using the very powerful technique of rhythmic patterns. So I'm not going to go through that today. By the way, this whole program is a download. You can download it by going to playpianotoday.com. Maybe you have an older version of this program. This version, version 4, has got a ton of new features, so you may want to go download the newest version. Now in this video, let me just quickly give you a run-through taken from some of the highlights from the program. Now, if you've downloaded Ear Training 101 in the past, you see this is quite a bit different. There's a lot of different options now. Now, you can go all the way from 2 notes with a maximum distance of a major second, all the way up to 4 notes with a maximum distance of an octave plus a major seventh. And you may be saying, I have no idea what you're talking about. But I'm going to show you simply kind of the way I learn just by doing it. I'm going to start at the very beginning very simply with 2 notes with a maximum distance apart of a major second, which is 2 half steps. And we're going to start the program in something called melody mode. You can go chord mode or melody mode in this program. We're going to start with melody mode, which means the notes will follow each other right in a row. Here we go. Okay, you've got a beautiful brown keyboard there, and you heard 2 notes. Let's hear that again. Click this button. Now, if you notice, there's 1 note that's marked with a blue number 1. That was the first note. Let's click that. Okay, and then the computer's going to ask you, okay, now remember what you heard, and this time, play the second note that you heard. So, did you hear it going up or down? You might have heard that it was here. A half step up. And it gives us a nice little fireworks there to tell us we were right. Okay, same thing now, starting on a different note and going a different direction. Let's hear it again. This time it's going a whole step down. Now, no kidding, once you start out this, even if you are an aggressive player that you've been playing for many years, you'd be amazed how you don't get the notes right at first. And you think, oh my goodness, I really am not, I haven't learned to listen yet, and that really is the point. Once you start on these simple levels and you make maybe you make a bunch of mistakes, you know, I'll play a wrong one here, and it says, oops, wrong answer, and it shows you the right notes now. Eventually, you start learning. You start learning, okay, to listen. And we're only doing tiny little intervals here. And you notice I still have 6 turns remaining. I'm just going to go through it to show you what happens. Goes down a whole step. At this point, I'm batting 80%, and down here it says I'm a pretty serious student. I've never been accused of being serious, but I'm doing 80%, so I got a good solid B. Oh, stop talking. Let's hear that again. Okay, so it's going down a whole step. See, what you're having to do here, you're having to actually listen. There's nothing written about what the chord is. There's nothing written about how far the distance is. You actually have to listen. And this is what it's like in the real world. Yeah, here I'm talking again. Let's hear it again. Okay, it's going up a whole step. 4 more turns. Nope, 3 more turns. Let me get another one wrong. Okay, so I'm down to 75%, but I'm still pretty serious. Going on. 1 more turn, you'll see what'll happen. Up a half step. Okay, all of a sudden, you've gone through, it says session complete. The percentage that you got right was 80%. Remember, the goal here is to play for 5 to 10 minutes per day, slowly increasing the difficulty level. No kidding. When you start this program, you think, okay, is this going to be helpful for me? Yes, absolutely. And the reason is you've begun to start listening. Now, we're just at the beginning stages at this point. we're going to really kick it up in just a minute, but I want to show you what happens here. Let's say, okay, we've gone through and it says I've got 80% and I was on difficulty level 1, and look at that, I've got 51 bonus points. Woohoo! We'll talk about bonus points in a second. So my final score here is 131, so I get to put in my name. So I'm going to say Shamu. Shamu is my name now. Shamu's got 131 points, so I'm now in the Hall of Fame. It goes back to the beginning. Now let's kick it up. Let's go a little further. Let's say you've been doing that for a few days, and you're really learning to start to hear intervals. Now we want to go a little further. Let's go level 4, still 2 notes, with a maximum distance apart of a perfect fourth. Let's see what that sounds like. All of a sudden, here comes the bride, right? Here it is. Okay, now we got a fourth going down. These are bigger intervals. All of them have been fourths so far, but they will not all be fourths. All right, there's one that is not a fourth. There's a major third. Let's listen to it again. Remember, there's nothing written on the screen that's telling you cognitively that, hey, this is how far you have to go. You actually have to listen. So let's go a little further now. We're going to change it out of melody mode, which is notes following one another, into chord mode, which is notes that happen at the same time. And we'll still be in level 4, a maximum distance of a perfect fourth. Let's hear that again. Okay, so it doesn't tell me which direction the other note is. It just tells me what one of the notes is. So we've got to listen. Let's hear that again. It's like an old Gregorian chant. There's a note down here that's playing at the same time. Oh, no, wait. No. No, it's up here. Better. There it is. Woo! Almost went to 0%. Same thing. It's a fourth again. But this time, the second note really is down low. It's a fourth lower. So now it's here. It's a whole different ball game when you start doing chord mode. Let's kick it up now. Now here's where version 4 really starts to kick in, because we're now doing 3 notes, not just 2 notes at a time. Now we're doing 3 notes, and we're going to start with melody mode. Now the amazing thing about 3 notes is you have to have somewhat of a musical memory. You're going to hear 3 notes in a row. Listen to this. Okay, so now you have to actually hear and then remember what the other notes were. Let's hear it again. So you can hear it ascending. A little diminished triad there. Okay, now you got a couple different directions going on. Goes up a minor third and then down a perfect fourth. All right, let's kick it up a bit. Now let's go to level 10, 3 notes with a maximum distance apart of a major 7th. And remember, we're going to keep it in melody mode. In the next section of this video overview, section 2 of 2, we're going to go all the way through the highest levels, level 22 of Ear Training 101 version 4.